Okay guys, we are live. Thanks a lot for joining us today. This is the Team Stream Friday, and as you all know, we are here to show you some really cool stuff from the new expansion. And with me, we've got Kimundi, who is the CM for the French community. We've also got Emile, who is the community developer. You'll probably know him better as Space Elephant, and he's kindly joined us today for the introduction. Emile, how are you doing?
Hey guys, how are you? Do you hear me well, actually?
Yeah, please guys, throughout the stream, do tell us if there are sound issues for you, and we'll try and rectify as we go. Hopefully everything will be fine.
1 2 testing.
So yeah, we'll monitor that as we go. Yeah, Emile, thanks a lot for being with us today. Really cool to have you. Tell us a bit what we can expect throughout the stream.
Yeah, for today, first thing is that there will be two streams actually, guys. So this one, this Friday will be about the Academy cards. Of course, we will do a tour of all the different cards with our designers here. And there will be a second stream on Tuesday the 24th to discuss the other cards that will be included in the very well anticipated Forgotten Wars expansion. But before that, we also have an interview with Stefan Jankowski, the producer of the game. And later today, during the stream, we'll have another interview with Jared Pearson, who's a system designer in the team. He's the one who worked on the Altar of Wishes. So he'll be able to do a quick tour of the feature with all of you guys. And what else? Oh, I think we'll also have a special appearance by Matrix Disc, the one and only, later today to discuss what he thinks about this upcoming expansion. So yeah, and what about you guys? Are you excited about it?
Yeah, really excited. I haven't had a chance to look at the cards yet, so I'm really looking forward to that. Kimundi here has had a chance, so
I know them by heart already.
Yeah, he's got a bit more insider info than me, and so it'll be really cool to discover them with you guys today. For those of you who say you can't hear me well enough, I've adapted the channel settings, so you should be able to hear me now, so it should be fine. So yeah, thanks a lot, Emile, for planning this whole thing. I think
guys.
we're just going to jump into the interview with Stefan.
Yeah, for sure.
So there we go.
Have a good time, guys. I'll be on the chat. I'm also very excited to see those new cards. I've started playing a few days ago with Miranda, actually, and I didn't stop winning, actually. So it's going pretty well with this extension. So I'm really looking forward to see your comments, guys. Don't hesitate to post your comments on Twitter, on Facebook, on the Twitch chat. Of course, we'll be there. Jason Paradise is there as well. Kimundi is doing multiple tasks at the same time, which is pretty hard for a guy. Actually, I understand you.
Well, so the women say.
Yeah, exactly. So have a good program, guys. I'll be with you on the chat, and yes, I hope that you're all excited because we are.
Great. Thanks a lot, Emile. I'll see you later. Take care. I am going to phone Stefan right now, and we'll get him on video call, which hopefully will come up on the chat as soon as it's here. Hey, how you doing, Stefan?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Great. Thanks a lot for being here. We've just had Emile, and he's talked a lot about what we can be expecting here, and lots of excitement. How are you doing on your side?
We're doing well. You know, it's the beginning of winter almost here in Quebec, so if you hear my voice struggling, it's because of the winter almost coming, you know.
Yeah, same here. Okay, so Stefan, let's just jump straight into it, because I know loads of people waiting for it. I have got a few questions for you, if that's okay, that we found on the forums. We've asked players to ask us questions for you, so here we are. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Okay, so the first question is, can you recap the latest events for DOC? It's been a very busy summer, as we know, we've had lots going. Can you give me a brief summary of what's happened for players?
Oh my god, that has been an intense time. Seriously, we've been launching the Road to Paris tournament. I think that was in June that we officially launched it. We've been all around the world. We've been in Australia, in the US, in the UK, Gamescom in Germany, all around those different events around the world to find the best players and really to get into these tournaments and kick off this huge tournament. We are really happy so far with the results. We have some crazy players from all around the world selected for the big final. We are still missing, I think, two finalists in this in the selection round, and we have one coming at Eurogamer Expo. If you guys have a chance to go there in London, you still have a chance to select and to be selected as one of the finalists for the big final. And we have, I think, still the wildcard tournaments for some of the best players still around.
Yep.
So honestly, it's crazy. For us, it's where we see the community taking our game and putting that in a way where we are so proud. We see all that activities. We see the different communities in different countries creating their own tournaments with their own set of rules, and we're just like, it's super cool. It's super awesome.
Awesome. Are you going to be at Eurogamer, Stefan?
No, I won't be a Eurogamer. I've been in so many events those last weeks that I need to take a bit of time break. Yeah.
I can understand. Okay, great. Second question: how did the production go for this expansion? Can you maybe tell us a bit more about what the idea was for you guys at the head of the whole ship? What the idea was behind it, and how did it go? How's the process going?
Yeah, we had two big objectives with this expansion. The first one was to do a very solid set, to be sure that we are building the assets for the long term of Duel of Champions. So a lot of the cards that we have created, and Simon will give you more details about the design in itself, but a lot of the intention we had was about making sure that all the factions are at kind of at the same level. There will still be some factions stronger than the other ones, but we wanted to fill the gaps and be sure that there is an interest to play all the different factions for all kinds of players, beginning players, mid-level players, and top players. So that was one of the big thinking about this expansion, to be sure that we are rebalancing a bit everything. And the next big thing about the Academy faction is just like Simon will tell you, he told me that nice catchy phrase, so I'm gonna reuse it, but he's the guy who found it. It's high risk, high reward strategy.
Yeah,
so we
I saw that.
create something that, it's maybe a bit difficult to play. It looks super sexy. Some cards seems a bit overpowered, but when you get into the details of playing it, when you get into the very strategy, then you see that it's not that easy to play, and it's not super advantageous if you don't play your plan perfectly. If you are missing somewhere, you're gonna be screwed. That's gonna be on in your head in very, very short time.
Okay, so you've talked a lot about these new cards, new factions. How did you take in the player feedback into account?
Well, actually, we are, thanks to you guys, you, James, and Kimundi, really helping us to get the feeling of what's happening on the forums, on Twitter, on Facebook page, to really understand what the community is looking for. We go into these live events also, meeting the players, the best players and also beginners, to really understand what are the big issues and the big problems that you guys found, and we are addressing that in the next version that we are building. So in the next one coming in the next couple of days.
Next couple of days, indeed.
And so we are really taking into consideration all that feedback, because for us it's not about making a game that pleases us, it's about a game that pleases you, because in the end it's a free-to-play game. You can play it if you want or not, it's all in your hands. So we really need to be listening to you and taking this feedback in consideration.
Great. You talked about lots of things happening around the game, and one of the questions that has come back quite often is, how do you see Duel of Champions going towards esports? Is that something that you want, and how do you want to achieve it?
Well, seriously, this is something that we've been surprised when we started the closed beta more than 1 year ago now. We really had this kind of situation where we were playing against the players, the dev versus the players, and we find this kind of strange setup where some players were so good that they were beating all the devs one after the other, and suddenly you have a crowd of devs around a computer and looking at the guy who is competing against that player and trying to beat him. And then we were just looking around and said, okay, there's something here. There's a huge interest into looking into another game, into making a competition, leaderboards, tournaments, etc. So starting from that, we really pushed that strategy in strengths. So we created the first tournaments. We went to the DreamHack last year to make the first World Championship, and we had Matrix Dix as the first World Champion. And then we said, okay, it's not enough yet. We need to do more. So we created new in-game tournaments, leaderboards, Swiss games, Swiss tournaments games, new jackpot tournaments, etc. Really to push more features and more systems for the players to have the ability to create their own tournaments and their own competitions. And then Road to Paris comes in, big final coming to Paris Games Week later this year, in end of October. And then it's only the beginning, honestly. We really want to see how far we can go with Duel of Champions on the esports side. And so far, the feedback we have from players, from tournaments organizers is really good. They really feel that there's something here. We need to get more and more and more into that field.
So can we expect some more features that will push Duel of Champions towards esports? Maybe some more championship modes and in-game challenging modes?
Yeah, definitely. This is where Duel of Champions is heading. We have been creating a lot of content in the past year, releasing a new expansion every 3 or 4 months, and we will continue on that road. But now we want to really give the tools to the players to create their own systems, their own format tournaments. So having the option to restrict some cards or some series for the players joining a certain tournament, and really giving the option to the players to do these kind of custom tournaments.
Okay, so we've had loads of more questions from players about the future of Duel of Champions in terms of what are the next features we can expect in the different expansions. Is there anything you can tell us about that? Next features we can expect in the expansions, is there anything you can tell us about that? We've just had the Altar of Wishes. Anything else?
Features, sorry. Yeah, features. Well, as I said, that's going to be a lot around competition, tournaments, in-game systems like that. We also want to give more love to all the social features, like having the option for you to invite some friends and have a reward, having the ability to play some ranked duels with your friends. Maybe not, super open, but at least the ability to play maybe 2 or 3 games a day to be sure that you have an interest and you have this kind of competition with your friends in a ranked duel. Right now, if you are not at the same elo, you will never be able to play with your friends in a ranked duel. So we want to give you a bit of flexibility on that. Okay, great. So what's the thing you're most proud about in Duel of Champions today? Seriously, the community. It's crazy. I mean, we are so proud to see all those events, all those communities growing up. I mean, we see that in the different countries of France, Germany, Poland, even in Brazil now we have some communities growing, US, Australia. It's crazy. We see some requests from all of you guys about, hey, we have an idea about this kind of event, this kind of tournaments, can we help you? And seriously, we're gonna do everything as much as possible to support you, because this is what we want to do. We want to create a game for you guys to enjoy, and so far so good. It's going really well. So I'm super happy about the public reaction to the game, let's say. Yeah, it's been really awesome. Guys, if you're following us on the chat, welcome. This is the Friday team stream. It will be going on for another hour and basically 45 minutes now, if not maybe slightly longer. And we will be revealing loads of new things in the stream, so thanks a lot for joining us today. My name is Azza. I am the community manager for the English version. This is Kimundi, and he is the community manager for the French version. Sorry, I forgot that. And we also have Stefan Jankowski, who is the producer here live with us via Skype. Once again, Stefan, thanks a lot for coming. And guys, just to bounce back on what Stefan just said, we have loads on the forums for you guys, so you can build your own tournaments and really show us that you want to help us create the more things around the game, and we are there to help you, and we'll be giving out gold and trying to help you as much as possible. So go into the forums and check that out. Stefan, a few last questions maybe. Sure. Sorry, I have got loads of questions from players. I don't think I'll have time to ask you all of these questions. But one of the questions that comes back quite often is, what about balancing? How do you guys go about balancing the game, and what can people expect in the future? Well, the way we work, actually, we are using a lot the input of the players. We have a group of players that we have selected that we call VIP, that are really this kind of crazy guys. You know, they are always thinking in maths and statistics before even thinking about the art and the color of the art or whatever. It's really these kind of players who help us designing and balancing new cards. So for this expansion, the Forgotten Wars expansion, we have created let's say the basic rules and the basic balancing information, so the stats, etc. And then we have a group of testers in-house helping us doing some tests, finding this kind of tricky situation and combos that designers may not have thought about it at the beginning. So we are doing a lot of, let's say, first round of balancing with that team. Then we go with the VIP players, really doing, getting in the situation of doing tournaments, ranked games, getting into the deck building exercise, creating this kind of crazy setup, and that will really get us the right information about this is totally imbalanced, this is dangerous, this is maybe crazy, but maybe it's okay, it's far. It's a bit far-fetched from the original design and ID, but maybe we're gonna keep it because it's a nice combo, it's a nice trick found around the rules. So we are really taking all that in consideration, and then we go live. And as soon as we go live, we of course monitor the forums, the Twitter, the Facebook, everywhere where the players will be able to voice their ideas, their concerns, their appreciation of about the new cards. And then we look also into the statistics of the game, how if we find any imbalancement in the overall stats of the played games, and if there is really a big issue, then we'll look into a change, an update into the statistic of 1 or 2 cards. But we really don't want to get into the situation where we need to change a lot. We prefer to have maybe 1, 2 maximum changes to be made, and that's it.
Okay, cool. One last question before we leave you, Stéphane. What about the base set for the future expansions that was talked about? I've been getting a lot of questions about players who still have a hard time understanding what the whole base set idea is. Can you give us a bit more insight tonight?
So base set, basically, it's a let's say it's a reorganization of starting decks and starting cards. So for existing players, a base set is not something very important for them. They will almost have all the cards already in their collection when we will release a new base set. It's not new cards. It's basically arranging the sets of cards in the starting packs. So talking about the starting deck, talking about the first packs that you can purchase that are really the basic one. The goal is really here to offer cards that are easy to play and easy to understand for starting players. We know that, for example, in some of the starting decks that we have right now, some abilities are a bit complex, are a bit too hard to understand as a starting player, as a new player. So we really want to refresh the offer for new players. We are hoping and working a lot to have new players again and again and again. And so for us, it's very important to be sure that the offer for them is really solid and makes sense as a starting new, fresh player.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to that, definitely. Any last words, Stéphane? It's been a pleasure having you here with us today.
Well, take care, guys, about what you are talking about, because we're gonna have it on the big TV on the so we're watching you.
I know. Well, thanks again, Stéphane, for being with us. We are going to pick up with Simon V, who's one of the people who's designing the whole expansion, and he's going to be able to talk a bit more about the expansion and the background story of that. Stéphane, thanks a lot. I'm not sure if Simon's going to take your place or come with you, or...
It's just there. It's
Awesome.
coming.
Awesome.
Take care, guys. Have fun.
Thanks a lot, Stéphane. See you soon. Bye. Okay, guys, welcome. If you have just joined us on the chat, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Azza, here is Kimundi, and we've just been joined by Simon V, who is working on the expansion. Hi, Simon, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Great. So tell us about the whole expansion. Tell us about the whole idea behind it. Why this expansion? Why now?
Well, we wondered how it would work to introduce a new faction in the Duel of Champions, and there's a lot of really interesting factions that are missing from our game. And when we looked at it, we had a lot of ideas of what to do with Academy, and it was really exciting, and it was a really cool offer that we could do to the players to offer a new faction. It's really interesting and really easy to sell in a way. But also in terms of gameplay, it gave us a lot of ideas. So and in terms of story also, it was a good inspiration because the story that we had led us towards Academy also. So it was kind of a natural transition towards Academy.
Okay, well, what's about the story? Can you tell us a bit more about the story? We've had some amazing reveals on the forums with some great texts. Can you tell us, where they come from, what the whole background to the faction is? And once you've done that, I'd be curious to know, how do you get the inspiration and who writes the texts?
Okay, so first off, you have to know that during Herald of the Void, we knew that we wouldn't go towards a campaign setting. So we knew that we would postpone the story part of the expansions, but we knew that it was temporary. So with this expansion, the Forgotten Wars, we still don't have a campaign, but we did write a lot of story to get to that point. So we can reveal a lot more about what happens in our main game. So to do a background on Academy, first you have to know that those guys are kind of the scientists of Might and Magic. At one point where Sar-Elam became the 7th dragon, there was a lot of questions about magic and religion. So the Holy Empire said that okay, whatever happens in terms of magic, this is religious. You have to be religious to use magic. But some guys said, no, you have to study magic. You have to study to try to find out how magic works, and it's not by religion that you're going to do this. So they kind of separated themselves from the empire and created the 7 cities in the desert. So those guys, being kind of scientists of Ashan, they also found a lot of stuff that we already know about Ashan. They created the orcs. One of the houses of Academy is the necromancers. So at the point that we are right now in the story, the necromancers are still part of Academy. So that's one interesting part. Also, they're the ones that created the Minotaurs, the Beastmans. They created a lot of stuff that we know from the Magic universe. So that was one reason why we wanted to go towards Academy, because they have a huge impact on the universe.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So so how does that fit in with the background stories we've been given on the forums then?
Yeah. Okay. The background stories for the heroes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we've had lots of reactions about that. That people absolutely love the background stories, and they seem to be very tense and very linked in together with the story of the universe, and each hero individually are actually quite linked in between each other. So can you tell us a bit more about that? How does that work?
Well, we wanted to set up those characters to make people feel like, okay, they are in a certain universe when you know more about them when things happen to them. So the story that we've divulged so far in the previews are not really linked to the main story of the expansion, but it puts them in context.
Okay.
Of what those characters are in real life before the events of Herald of the Void. So the stories that we've shared with you are not linked to the story of the expansion, but it gives more flesh it gives more soul to those characters. That's the interesting part.
Okay.
Those stories that we wrote for Forgotten Wars were written by a scriptwriter for Heroes of Might and Magic. He's a good writer. So we have a lot of good people taking care of that story, making sure that it's good. It fits within the universe of Might and Magic. Now I bet that you want me to talk about the story of the expansion. I've been teasing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
So, okay. So, story so far. So, one thing you have to know is that our story starts before Void. Some of you may know a guy named Sandro. He's a really, really, really powerful Nethermancer.
Yeah, from the previous games, I believe we've seen him quite a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for some of you guys that might have been waiting for this guy to be included in the Duel of Champions, not yet. We haven't made a card for Sandro. There's a reason for that, because Sandro is kind of a trigger for the storyline, but he steps out really soon. So the story is that at some point he gets with a lot of other powerful mages. He has his pupil Ariana that's always following him, and he meets with Ghazal and Hakim and Ignatius, and those five form a group that tries to study void magic, and for each of them they have their own purposes to study that. And at one point, Sandro uses the Throne of Renewal to trick Ghazal into sitting on it. He thinks that the power of the throne is to remove the personality of someone when he sits on it, but it kind of warped when Ghazal sat on it. So instead of being removed of her personality, she became the Herald of the Void.
So is this why we have two Ghazals now inside the new expansion? Okay.
So the expansion, we have shown you two Ghazals. We have Ghazal before she gets corrupted, and Ghazal after she gets corrupted, just after she gets corrupted by the throne. So when she gets corrupted, Sandro notices that she becomes way more powerful than he is, and he tries to fight her, but it's already a losing battle. So he breaks the throne and goes away. He goes into hiding. That's why he's not in the expansion, because this happens pretty much at the start of Void Rising. That's why people are the Wind Swords are trying to investigate what happens in the mountains and everything. There's a lot of stuff that Ghazal is trying to do at that point, but hidden in the shadows. So at the same time, there's Ignatius that says, oh, okay, no, this is too much. This is not what I signed up for this group to be in. So he, being a demon, he opens a portal to go back to Shiok. But once he does that, there's kind of some void energy that seeps in and goes and corrupts Frias. So that's why Frias is a void agent in Void Rising. He becomes corrupted by Void, and he becomes one of the generals of Ghazal.
Okay.
Is kind of a follower, and she becomes one of the first generals along with Frias of Ghazal too. Kiran gets corrupted a bit later on, and Akane also has her own story of how she gets corrupted, but. And Hakim leaves that group and tries to warn the Seven Cities of the danger that comes from the Herald of the Void. So the Wind Swords are trying to find Ghazal. That's what happens during the Herald of the Void. They kind of find out what's happening in terms of the powers of Void that wants to erase all of Ashen. And they find out that the hiding place of Ghazal is near the Seven Cities. So that's why the whole expansion is in the Seven Cities. They're trying to find where she's hiding, what she's trying to do, and they're trying to fight her.
Okay, awesome. Brief just introduction for new players here to our stream. Welcome to this stream, guys. This is the team stream for Friday, and we are having a very special 2-hour stream today where we are showcasing the whole new expansion coming to Duel of Champions. Duel of Champions is a free card game you can download. The link is going to be given in the chat, and the whole expansion is a new 150 cards, or just under, with a whole new faction and loads more new awesome features and stuff coming into the game. So really cool stuff. And so my name is Azza, I'm the English Forum Community Manager. Here is Kamundi, who's the French Community Manager. And we are joined today by Simon V, who is one of the people mainly in charge, one of the main people, sorry, in charge of the expansion as a whole. And very pleased to have him. And we've just been talking about the whole expansion background. So Simon V, I'm going to ask you to go a bit more into detail now about the gameplay mechanics and what can players expect from those.
Okay, in terms of gameplay for Academy, as Stefan said, it's a really high risk, high reward. That was one of the main thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to have a faction that feels different from the others. So one way to do that is try to find how that faction defends itself, or how that faction tries to be aggressive. So the trick was to put some risk in the early game. So you're going to see that with Djinns, you're going to see that with high-end creatures that requires a lot of magic. So you want to rely a lot on your magic channel creatures, but if you lose them, you lose a lot of tempo, and you might end up being on your turn 6 with no cards to play because you don't have the right requirements. But if you played it right, you have a lot of really great cards to play, and you might take the game at that point. So there's a lot of risk in playing Academy, but there's also a lot of rewards if you play it right. It's going to translate with a lot of cards, so I'm going to pinpoint the cards that we wanted to be really representing that mentality. Because you have to remember that those guys, the Academy, are scientists. They're kind of trying stuff just to find out what's the best way to create the best army to defeat the demons. Because their first purpose in terms of story was to defeat Inferno when there was the first eclipse. They were forced into creating the orcs.
Okay. So what about the gameplay in general? What's going to be changed, do you think, in the gameplay, and maybe even the meta? How do you see that evolve from now?
Well, in each expansion, we look at what's missing in terms of competitiveness. So right now there's a lot of strength put on Graveyard Recursion. So we did some cards that counters Graveyard Recursion, and we did also cards that plays with Graveyard. So there's kind of an underlying theme for each of the faction. They all have cards that uses the Graveyard. You're going to see that more next week with the reveal for all the factions. But that's one thing that's going to affect one particular hero from the previous expansion, Adar Malik, which had one of the best recursion in the Graveyard, and we had a counter to it. It's not a hard counter, but it's something that's going to slow him down.
Okay, well, can you make sure you warn us when we see that counter in the expansion reveal? We are going to be looking at the cards one by one here in any second now. Simon V, you are going to be joining us for this card tour, I'd like to say, and so don't hesitate to stop us as soon as you have something interesting you want to say about a particular card. We'd be more than happy to have your input about that. Bear in mind, guys, this is the first time I'm discovering cards, so I'm going to take my time to check the cards out, check the artwork, check what they do, and yeah, Kamundi here has already seen it, so apparently he knows quite a lot about this new expansion, so he'll probably tell me when I'm wrong, which probably will be quite often. So here we go, guys. Are you ready for the heroes from the new expansion for Academy? And we have 7 new heroes. Okay, the first one, Gazal, Lady of Secrets. 1 point everywhere. Some interesting schools here. Lots of control, lots of direct damage, and maybe some area of effects. Some of them. Could be interesting. So, what does it do? Usual 20 health points, and until end of turn, whenever an effect causes cards to go from your opponent's library to their graveyard, draw a card. That's interesting. So that's already, Simon, one of these counters you're talking about to a graveyard milling in a way. I'm guessing cards back from the graveyard. If I'm understanding this correctly, basically whenever an opponent's card comes back from the graveyard, you will be pulling a card. Is that right?
No, in this case, it's whenever a card goes from your opponent's library to the graveyard, you draw a card.
Okay.
For
Okay,
your-
so if you discard cards, basically.
No, this card doesn't count because it has to come from the library.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, okay. So I can see a few spells and a few fortunes already that might be useful for this, which could quite work quite nicely here. Okay, next hero, and it's Hakim, Seeker of Mystery. So I haven't actually shown you the artwork here, so let's have a quick look at the artwork, but you've seen the artwork already on the forums, so you can go and check that out. Hakim is our second hero, and he has the usual 1-1-2 stats here, with again some very nice magic skills here, lots of damage here. It can be direct damage with this one or taking control of creatures, and then lots of aero effect spells here, as well as Stone Shield that can be very nice for countering decks. So maybe more of a slow deck, we'll see. But then again, it does have 2 fortunes, so that might help us go for a more fortune-based deck. Can be interesting to see. Nothing too particular to mention about the characteristics, the abilities here, and yeah, and again, really nice artwork. Okay, next card, and we have, we have Asala, Invoker of Castigation, and Asala is going to be our magic, apparently, yeah, 2 magic and 1 fortune, might, so I'm getting all confused already. Some really strong spell schools, wow.
Oh yeah.
That is going to be
really
devastating.
damage-oriented hero.
Oh yeah, you've got everything here, you've got aerial effects.
There's 2 sides to that. 2 sides. First, it's really damage-oriented. And also, she's the hero with the most ongoing boosts.
Yeah, and again, but we do see here that she does have a boost for your creatures, so it's very much of a mixed hero here, and I get the feeling the point of this hero will be to have lots of small creatures, with some small creatures, lots of spells, and the point is to control your opponent's battlefield completely, place your small creatures down late game scenario type, and then boost them up to try and deal some damage. It could be very interesting. Anything you want to add on this?
Yeah, first, when we previewed that card, we said that she was going to boost your 1 creature for the number of ongoing that she had. But that's a testament to how much we're dedicated to balancing those cards. When we previewed it, we thought it was okay, so we previewed it like that. But at one point, one of our VIPs found a way to really go crazy with that card. So we were kind of not scared, but we wanted to be safe and put it as a deck that's a bit harder to use, but she's already really strong. So that's a testament to how dedicated we are to balancing. Even though we had previewed that card with another ability, we changed it to something that's really similar in order to ensure balance.
Okay, let's move on here. We've got Miranda, Blade Mage Champion, and this is going to be our creature-based champion with no fortunes, 2 might, 1 magic. Lots of control here with this. Not much direct damage, but huge amounts of control and nerfing to your opponent's creatures maybe. Yeah, it could be interesting. Let's see, classic, and 4 cost, relocate target Frenchy magic creature. So once again, a very creature-oriented. And I can see lots of sneaky ways of killing off your opponent here with just moving creatures around on the battlefield all the time, basically. And I get the feeling there are lots of magic creatures in the new faction, and this will work brilliantly with that. So yeah. Again, this is one of my favorite artworks. I just love the effects on it. Loving the wind here, the sword, the armor, everything's cool. Awesome. Next card is Gazal, and we've seen her on the forums already, and Gazal has a 1/1/1, good schools, they're all good schools if you use them properly, classic combination, I want to say, of magic schools here. Discard a card, choose target non-unique instant spell card from any graveyard. Wow, any graveyard. Now that will be an awesome combination, awesome counter to Necro there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really awesome, because I don't know about competitive play, but in terms of control, if you're in a mirror match, for control, this is going to win you games.
Okay, so quick question. What if the cards you choose from the graveyard is not of the same magic school? Can you still use it, or will it be banished automatically?
You can use it.
You can use it?
You can use any instant. You could use a fireball.
You do realize that's completely OP. Passing. Next card. Okay, next card is Akane, Call of Memories, and again, very classic combination of spells here and normal stats. So let's go straight for the 6 cost action ability. Take a target non-unique spell card from your graveyard and put it in your hand. It's a bit the same really than Gazelle in a sense, because you are taking spells from your graveyard, or I get the feeling though it's much more expensive here. Why such a big difference between these two heroes? Because they have very similar capacities.
Yeah, but in a way, Gazelle, you can play cards from your opponent's graveyard. You have to sacrifice card advantage. You don't have the same setup of spell schools. It's the same, but it's different in a way, because you don't have access to exactly the same schools. So the strength of those two heroes are to be based on what spells they are going to be able to play. And I don't know if you've realized, but this is Akane, the card that the hero from Sanctuary that was.
Yeah, we notice. Looking cool here. Very different from the Sanctuary.
Very nice.
That's before she was corrupted by Void. So she was
interesting.
Of Academy before she was corrupted by Gazelle. She was a student of Gazelle.
Okay, and I can see some really cool artworks coming up with Amar the Cunning. Okay, 1-on-1 stats, and ooh, nice. I like this. Really like the magic schools here. Earth and water, giving you access to some huge damaging Area of Vic spells, as well as some amazing counters, shield blocks, and boosting spells, ongoing spells here. So that can be very powerful. Again, 20 health points here. And when you play a spell, if your magic level is 6 or more and your fortune level is 3 or more, draw a card. So this is clearly going to be one of these awesome control / get as many cards as you can, and I'm guessing you're focusing on ongoing spells with this one. Any thoughts on that, Simon?
Yeah, it's kind of the high risk, high reward part of Academy, because this guy, you still need to get to level 6 and level 3, so it's kind of hard to manage. Sometimes you say, okay, I can draw a lot of cards next turn, but I have to play those spells. So sometimes you have to wait, sometimes you have to play your spells anyways and sacrifice a draw that you would get later on. So it's really interesting to play.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, we've seen the heroes quickly. Let's have a quick recap. So Amar is going to be a very nice spell-focused here. Well, they're all going to be really spell-focused in a way, but he's got very nice capacity that will enable you to put out more spells. Akane here is going to be able to use her spells again from the graveyard, which will be really nice. It does cost a lot, though, but we'll see if that becomes useful or not in the meta. Gazelle, the second Gazelle, if I'm not mistaken, has a really awesome capacity, and I invite you to all check that out. Then we have Miranda. Miranda is going to be the rush creature based, maybe lots of magic as well, which will be interesting to see because of lots of possibilities with creatures and buffs. Then we have Asala. Asala is a very magic focused. Again, this is going to be our most magic focused of the day, I think, with some awesome magic schools here, and a good creature buff down at the bottom for the abilities as well, so that'll be nice to hear. Hakim is the only hero with 2 fortune based starts, so if you're a very fortune type player or you find nice combinations, this is the guy to go with, as well as some very interesting spell schools here. And Gazelle finally again with a different ability here again. I can't remember, was it the same spell schools though? Gazelle, no, different spell schools, so yeah, she does keep the dark magic, but she gains light as well, so lots of interesting combinations. Oddly enough, the same hero, but with very different outcomes. Okay guys, that is it for the faction reveal for today, for the heroes at least. I got people scared there, didn't I? And we are just going to go on straight away and see the creatures. How about that? Let's go for the creatures, guys.
Let's go for the creatures.
Let's go for the creatures. Okay, and lots of creatures, lots of fun. Let's start at the bottom. Scholar. So the scholars are 1 cost, 1 might. Magic channel 1. That's quite nice. For 1 cost creature, that's a turn 1 creature. 3 resistance, 3 health. Interesting. Good little and spell resist as well. Very good little 1 cost card here. That can give you some very good counters early on, especially against some control decks with lots of magic spells, which deal early on damage to your creatures to wipe out the board and make sure they gain control early on. That could be a very nice counter to those types of decks. The second one is the Dancing Dervish. Oh, interesting, just to note, we've only got 1 turn 1 creature here. That's interesting. Simon, why is that?
Because
Because, fair enough.
there's a lot of turn 2 drops also. Academy is a faction that you could try to rush, but it's going to be hard. It's a faction that you want to build an army, and it's building with time. So you'll see. There's a
Okay.
nice curve.
Let's-
There's no other 1 drop, but there's a lot of 2 drops.
Okay, let's keep going. And this is the first time we see a range reflect, which is one of the new abilities here that we'll be seeing. It's a dancing dervish for 2 cost, 2 might, 2 damage output, 0 retaliation, 3 health, range reflect of 1. Redirect 1 from combat damage to dealt by shooter creature to this creature to the attacking creature instead. So very nice. It's not actually countering damage. Am I right in saying this? It's not stopping any damage. Sorry, no.
Yeah, it
It is stopping 1 damage.
Redirecting
Okay.
1 damage.
So if your shooter
So
creature does 2 damage,
attacks this, the dervish takes 1, and the succubus takes 1.
awesome, awesome. That would be interesting to see. Again, very good counters to early on rushes here, and could be interesting. 2 completely different mechanics already we've been seeing here. And the second gargoyle of 5 health points, and this I get the feeling is going to be the wall a bit for this faction. It does require 1 magic though, and it has magic resist and cannot attack, so a classic wall type creature. Anything in particular here to note?
No, not really. It's a really useful card if you want to go long game.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Our next creature again, Enslaved Harpian. Wow, already I can tell the artwork here is really cool. Look at that. Really, really nice. Yeah, I'm a fan of artworks, guys. I'm sorry if you're not necessarily that into artworks. It's got no abilities, but look at that health already. 2 cost, 2 might, turn 2 creature, and that is going to give you a huge amount of tanking possibilities early on in the game. Very little damage output, which is absolutely normal. I find this is quite nicely balanced really in a way. Will be hard to kill off again. So, Spirit Bound Djinn, and this is the first Djinn we can see, and it's going to be interesting because apparently all the Djinns have the same kind of effects, and it does give you for 2 cost, 2 might, and 3 magic, so you'll be more magic focused here. Maybe not a turn 2 creature, but definitely a creature you can play quite fast and quite easily later on in the game with 2 action points. It does have 2/2/6, which is really nice stats for a 2 cost creature. Do remember this is not a creature you're going to be able to play early on in the game, as it will require you to waste at least a couple of turns to be able to get these up, so at least turn 3 maybe if you've got the hero that has the 2 might already. I don't know, we'll have to see about that. But when Spirit Bound Djinn dies, deal damage to your hero equal to its attack. Very interesting. So it's a completely, yeah, as you were saying before, I can't remember if you or Stefan was saying, it's a high risk, high gain creature, this.
Yeah. So when we were doing the balancing for that card, there were interesting moments where I was rushing my opponents with a lot of Spirit Bound Djinn, and I dealt a lot of damage with boosts and Week of the Wild Spirits, and then my opponent cast Forbidden Flame, and I lost all my creatures, and he dealt me 6 damage in the meantime because all of my Spirit Bound Djinn died. So it's high risk, high reward. If you can't take advantage of that card before it dies, you're going to lose.
So what if you boost up your card? Will it also boost up the damage you take?
So if you have this in front of you and you have a way to kill it, and you have an Inner Fire in your hand, cast it on this guy, on this girl, because it's going to have more attack, so it's going to deal more damage to its owner when it dies.
Awesome. Okay, so the next card is the Wizard Tutor, which is a 2 cost again, 1 might, 2 magic, and immune to retaliation, magic channel 1. Doesn't have very many attack or retaliation, but it's got a good amount of health here. Yeah, it's a nice classic creature here with good. Looks like it's a good balance, definitely in between the damage outputs and the bonuses you give, and you get probably an essential creature if you're going to be using magic and you don't want to be able to have to boost up. I'm guessing if you've got lots of these magic spells that maybe don't cost too much in terms of action points, but require lots of magic preset statistics to be able to cast it, I'm guessing this is the type of creature you're going for. Yeah.
You'll see.
Interesting answer. Next one is the Djinn Catalyst, and already cool artwork, definitely here. I'm loving the blues and the fire bolts going here. 2/1/2 stats. Yeah, quite easy to play. 1/1/4 attack, retaliation, health. Spells in your hand cost 1 less for every spell of the same school. Enchanting Djinn Catalyst. Ooh, interesting. You're giving us a bit more flavor here, making it a bit more strategic to play. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's cool to use with refreshing springs.
Yeah, I'm sure. It could be very good, that one. Interesting. And I keep going the wrong way. The Nethermancer, 2-2-1-1 stats. Wow. It's the first time I've seen so many stats on a creature, I think. 104 attack, retaliation damage, health points, immune to retaliation. When Nethermancer deals combat damage to the enemy hero, put top 3 cards of opponent's library into their graveyard. Oh, I like the effects here. Early on
That's
to play.
the first mill effect that we see.
Yeah, it's one of the first mill effects here. Easy to play, definitely. Doesn't have too much damage output, but you're not actually looking for the damage output. You're looking for the ability here. It's got enough health points to last the early turns when you've got the earthquakes and the insect swarms coming at you and things like that. It's got enough health points to last at least those few turns and hopefully be able to do some damage to the hero and use that ability. The next one is the Rikasa. I believe we've seen one form of this card on the forums already, and it will be costing, this is the first tier 3 card that we are seeing cost 3 action points, 3 might require prerequisites, sorry. It does have decent stats, very decent stats. Evade, this is again the first time we're seeing evade here. When this creature is attacked by a melee or flyer creature for the first time in a turn, it moves to an adjacent position if possible. If it does, prevent all damage combat that would be dealt to and dealt by this creature. Huh.
So when you attack this guy with a melee or a flyer, if it can move sideways, it will do it, and it prevents everything that happens normally in the combat.
Okay, so if it can't move sideways, it will be attacked.
Yeah. So that's kind of a strategic part on your side. If you want to defend, if you want this guy to block, you just have to deploy stuff on both sides of this guy if you don't want it to move. That's part of the high risk, high reward design part of Academy. This guy, if he's alone in your melee line, he's going to move around and you're not going to control where he moves. Your opponent is not going to control it either, but he's going to tank up a lot of damage because he prevents the damage that would go to him or to your hero.
Yeah, so early on in the game, if you can play this creature quite fast, it means that anything in front of it will basically be, all the damage will be nullified, because yes, if you attacked it will just move out of the way, but then that attack won't go onto your hero or anything, it will be nullified completely, and I'm guessing the next turn you can just simply move it back if you want to continue blocking off those early turns.
Yeah, but in a way, this guy is not useful at blocking 2 creatures, because your opponent just has to attack with his melee creature, and then he's free to attack with the shooter.
Yeah, of course.
So
of course.
he's not that efficient on this side. That's why we have range reflect, we have evade. There's a lot of stuff that you have to consider if you want to have a full range of defensive strategies, because there's a lot to cover if you want to have a bulletproof defense.
Okay, awesome. Next card is Minotaur Brute. Another tier 3 card with 3 might, 2 magic. Interesting to see some magic on this kind of type of creature, really. Shockwave of 1. This creature can attack an empty enemy battleground position of the same row. If it does, it deals 1 damage to all enemy creatures adjacent to that position. 2/5 stats. Again, good ability. The first time we're seeing a shockwave here, I'm guessing we'll be seeing some more. That feels very OP, because if you've got 3 creatures around the board in a zigzag formation and you use that shockwave on the empty space in the middle there, that'll be doing quite a lot of damage.
Well, the idea was to have the opposite of what Inferno does right now. Inferno forces you to play in zigzag. Academy will force you to play clumped up together, because you don't want to have shockwave trigger.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. That'll be fun to see in the metas later on, to see how players counter that. The next one is Wizard Apprentice. Another 3 cost here, 2 might, 1 magic, 2 attack, 2 health. Not very long lasting, but let's see the abilities. It's got phased. First time we're seeing this. Enemy creatures cannot attack this creature. This creature doesn't prevent enemy creatures from attacking your hero, and attack anyway, which is always nice to have. So this card feels slightly invincible unless you kill it off with a spell.
It's invincible in a way, yes, but if you're in a bad spot and the only creature that you have, he's not blocking. So would you rather have a creature that could block say, a Tinted Orc, or have a creature that has attack anywhere.
True, true. But what about if you buff this creature up? It can become quite dangerous, really.
Yeah, it can. But also, it cannot be used as a chump blocker.
Okay,
at
interesting.
any point.
So it's quite nicely balanced there, because it really doesn't have that much health points that it will survive anything for too long. Nice. Okay, Unstable Djinn. 4 might, 3 action cost, and 3 magic. But again, it's a Djinn, so when we say Djinn, we have a huge drawback, which is when Unstable Djinn attacks, pay 2 action points. If you cannot, deal 2 damage to Unstable Djinn. Interesting again. It's got a huge attack though, that would be nice. So yeah, you can deploy it.
For those who are watching the requirement for magic, yeah, you have to take into account that magic channel is really important in the academy. So you can't compare the magic requirement of creatures from this faction to other factions, because you're always going to have a higher magic level.
Okay, but it has got a huge damage output though for such a low level creature, which will be nice to see on the battlefield. And the next creature is going to be the Wizard Disciple. A nice artwork here again. I really like the 2 balls of fire going there. The scrolls on the side of nice. Okay, so 3 action points, 3 might, 2 magic. Very strong health here. Immune to retaliation. Phased again. Another phased creature would be nice. And Focus Blast as well. Isn't this very strong for such a small creature?
Yeah, but Focus Blast 1 is not... It does not deal a lot of damage. And 6 life, it's only considered for spells. He's hard to kill, but he's not as versatile as the other one, the other phase creature.
Okay, interesting.
Because he still cannot block.
Yeah, and he can't attack everywhere, so which is different from the other one we saw previously. That'll be interesting to see, definitely. The next creature is the Guardian Golem, another tier 3, but this time it requires 3 magic to be able to use. 2/1/4 stats. When opponent plays a card or uses an ability targeting a single creature, it must target Guardian Golem if possible. So
Yeah.
a very defensive creature here.
We previewed this week the card called the Jester Imp during the Inferno preview. We have 2 cards that are affecting targeting. This card requires you to target this guy, but only the opponent gets that effect. The Jester Imp is requiring all players to target the Jester Imp, even you. So this guy costs a bit more than the Jester Imp, but he's a lot more defensive. He can take a Banshee for your other Titans.
Okay, we're going to have to go a bit faster here because we have got the time that is running out. It's already been 1 hour. So we've got the Cells Spell Djinn. Interesting stats. Good. Lots of health again, but it's a Djinn, so once again, at the end of your turn, if you have 0 action points, deal 1 damage to your hero. So all these Djinns are focused on, if you're not careful how you use it, you are going to be losing out very quickly. Okay, let's move on here. Let's have a quick look at the artwork. Okay, next one is the Void Shade. Reminds me a lot of something we've already got in the base sets there. So 3, 2, 1, 2 resources. Interesting. Immune to retaliation, anchored, and when Void Shade enters or leaves the battleground, put the top 3 cards of your opponent's library into their graveyard. Looks like a very, very good mill deck creature here. It's a magic shooter. Again, so this I can see a lot in combination with maybe Broken Bridges or something like that. Before playing a Broken Bridge, you play this card, then throw down the Broken Bridge as well. So not only are you bringing creatures back to your opponent's hand, but you're also getting rid of 3 creatures from his own. And that, no, 6, because whenever it enters or leaves. So if you play it, it will get rid of 3 cards, and get rid of it, it will get rid of 3 more cards. Lots of milling options here. Very nice to see. Another Range Reflect. The second time we've seen this, Range Reflect of 2. Redirect 2 from combat damage dealt by shooter creatures to this creature, to the attacking creature instead. So this will be a very, very long-lasting, good defensive creature against any strong shooter creature. I can already see the Lilims here having a hard time trying to kill these off. And evade, which is nice as well. Evade. Sorry?
It's also got evade. So
yes.
It's good against every type of creature. It's a really defensive creature, that's why it only has 2 attack and 4 life.
Yeah, otherwise it would be very, very strong. It already is very, very strong, but with more stats than this, it would be really, really unbeatable there. Yeah, that's for the artwork, guys.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. And we will be posting these videos later on YouTube, I hope. So don't worry, you'll be able to see this again when we get back there, when we get these posted. And the Rakshasa Raja. Sorry, I'm having problems there with the names, and we've seen this on the forums already. Let's go straight to the stats. 4 stats at the top, and 5 with evade. And but you cannot attack a hero. Interesting choice here. So it's a very creature-based creature counter card here.
I love that creature.
Yeah. So it would be quite interesting to see this with maybe some OTK decks here. Maybe with could be fun. I'm curious to see what players are going to be able to find in the meta here, because we've seen loads of very, very good cards. And the Titan, again, we've seen the artwork on the forum, so let's just go straight to the stats. 4 for the Titan, so you still have to wait a few turns before you'll be able to play it, whatever hero you choose. Although it doesn't cost too much to play for a 3/3/6 creature with Towering and Shockwave 2. Again, very strong creature, I get the feeling here. And I really feel like you've tried adding in creatures that will help you tank early on and take a lot of damage and stop a lot of damage from being dealt early on in the game. But let's see if we can find creatures that will help you late game, because for the moment it really does look like early on this is going to be very, very strong. Obsidian Gargoyle, a new artwork we haven't seen yet. Again, very, very classy dark artwork. 4/3/4 stats, quite classic. Again, lots and lots of magic creatures here we're looking at today. Those magic channelers will be extremely useful. Magic Guard of 1, which would be nice, removes 1 spell damage and combat damage dealt by magic creatures to these creatures. To each adjacent friendly creature. Excellent against all those area effect spells we've seen previously. Really, really good counter. Very good health points here. It doesn't have huge attack, but that's good because it really is here to just counter, again, buff and help you stay in the game as long as possible. The Void Tainted Djinn, that's for the artwork. Awesome artwork once again. 4/4/1/1 stats. Interesting. Magic Channel 2, which would be nice. And when Void Tainted Djinn destroys a creature, put the top 5 cards of opponent's library into their graveyard. That is huge! 5 cards with 306 stats.
It has to kill something, though.
It has to kill something, yeah, definitely. But still, with stats like that, it can be really, really easy, I would suspect, to kill off some of those early creatures that you're seeing on the board. Why go for this kind of creature?
Well, we wanted to put emphasis on creatures for the milling strategy. So it's really important that you have creatures and yet you can support your creatures. Otherwise, you won't be able to build a good milling deck. It's always going to be a battle that's fought on the battleground, even though your strategy is to empty your opponent's graveyard library.
Okay, awesome. Next one is Arcane Archer with 4/3/2 stats. So stats are going down for this card. Immune to Retaliation, 3/3/6 down here, which is nice. It's a very basic card in the sense it doesn't have very many huge abilities, but still, it's got some really solid stats for the price. Nice retaliation in that card with lots of health points. For an archer, magic shooter. The fact it's a magic shooter will help as well against those incorporeal creatures. Very good card all around. I'm not sure there's much to say here. Nice artwork. Okay, next card is the Rakshasa Scout. Nice leopard type card here. Nice action here going on. And a 4 action cost, 4 magic requirement, 3 stats with Swift. 3 attack with Swift is going to be nice. Can attack and move in the same turn. So finally some lots of damage dealing creatures. This Swift will be very, very nice, especially combined with Evade. So this creature is going to be really useful on the board and really hard to kill off unless you're using spells.
Yeah, but still, since it's got Evade and Swift, it's going to move around a lot. But at turn 4, you have more ways to deal with it. You start to have more creatures around, so it's going to evade into something else.
Okay. Next creature is the Void Sycophant. I hope I say that right. This one is the first one here who requires to have 3 fortune to its stats and 4 action points to play. Immune to Retaliation, and the first time a card goes into opponent's graveyard from the library during a turn, draw a card. So this will go well with the milling decks, milling opportunities we've talked about previously.
Mm-hmm.
Nice artwork here as well. And next card is the first unique creature, the Hasafa, the Unseen Arrow. There we go. It looks like a bit like a Dark Assassin here with 226 stats, immune to retaliation, focus blast of 2. Very nice for magic shooter. And I'll remind you why it's nice for magic shooter, especially because you can actually target the front or the back row, whatever happens there for a shooter, which will mean that the focus blast of 2 can be very good, whereas if you're playing with a melee creature, you can only attack the first row in front of you, or the second row if there is no creature on the first row. So you don't have the choice that on a melee creature that you would on this creature, and this is why the focus blast here will be exceptionally good. Also, when this enters battleground or attacks, put a crippling counter on target enemy creature. So it's going to be a real choice here if you want to target a creature or an empty space. Very interesting to add this subtlety here into this card. Moving straight on, the Glyph Carved Golem. 444 stats, 226 here, and for every spell in your graveyard, Glyph Carved Golem gains ward from that spell school. Huh. This looks like it's going to be tremendously good with some of those heroes we've seen previously. If you're playing some, yeah, basically just to stop off anything that's coming up. So if you're going to be playing lots of magic schools in your deck, make sure you have this creature with you, as it will definitely be very, very strong in most situations. Quick look at the artwork here as well. There we go. Again, you'll be able to see this again on YouTube soon. We hope the Dragon Golem is the first 5-cost creature here. Requires a bit more might and magic to be played, but has 7 health points. 7 health points when Dragon Golem enters the battleground. Take target non-unique spell card at random from your graveyard and put it into your hand. Really cool ability here once again. And let's go straight on. It does have a good attack as well, so that'll be a nice card to play. Sorry, bits of confusion going there. The Djinn, 5 action costs. 3 might, 4 magic, 3 attack, 3 retaliation, 6 health points. Not bad at all stats, quite decent stats here. Immune to retaliation, magic channel 2, and spell resist, which is nice again. So once more, a very strong creature here. I'm guessing we're going to be seeing some very good creature-based decks coming out in the next expansion. I didn't have a quick look at the... there we go. That's for the artwork, guys. You can pause it in the video later on. That's for the artwork as well. And Spell Stealer Wizard. 5 action points, 4 might, 3 magic, 215 stats, immune to retaliation, and a special ability here. When Spell Stealer Wizard enters the battleground, you may take target ongoing spell under opponent's control on the battleground and play it for free. This is awesome. This is awesome. Tell us about this card.
Well, this card was made to punish players that overly rely on unique ongoings or one-shot spells. If your deck is built around Strength of the Sea, this guy is going to screw you over, because you have to build a deck that's relying on much more than one card. So that's kind of a counter to Strength of the Sea. He's going to be around a lot in the first wave of the meta until players learn to build decks that are not so relying on those cards. He has a lot of other effects also. He can remove a stone shield. He can remove a lot of stuff. He's really strong, but it's a 5-turn. It's a 5-cost creature. So
yeah, it's still you still have to pay quite a lot to get it down there. Okay, next creature is the Shantiri Titan. That's for the artwork and going. Oops, sorry guys. Sorry. Here we go. Back with 5 action costs. 5 resources in might and magic. 11 health points though. This is going to be a very late turn creature as far as I can see, as you can't play it too soon. But wow, this will be very resistant against most things out there.
Yeah.
Why so many health points?
Have you looked at his other ability?
Okay, while Shantiri Titan has no damage, it gains... oh, interesting, counter attack. So you're pushing yourself to place it on the battlefield and hoping your enemy won't try and deal damage to it. And if you're not attacked, then you're going to have to use your own spells, presumably, against you to be able to start attacking. So very interesting capacity.
We've had players saying that Hailstorm is going to be useful with that guy.
Yeah, finally, Hailstorm is the event card that you can find that will deal 1 damage to all creatures on the battleground, and this would enable you to start attacking with still having 10 health points left on your creature. Awesome. Next one is the Taweret Warrior, and we've seen this before on the forums, but we haven't seen the stats, and it's got 4 attack, 2 retaliation, 7 health points. So, very good creature. When Taweret Warrior attacks, a melee creature deals 3 more attack damage. So, very good against those front row creatures.
Yeah, it can kill off a Tintalorc in one swing.
Really, really strong that. the Jin Mentor. Again, really nice artworks going here. Yeah, so 5 action cost, 3, 2, 1 for the stats, 3 damage, 3 retaliation, and 7 health points. Once again, lots of health points on these creatures. When Jin Mentor enters the battleground, increase your magic level by 2. Very nice, very nice. So, there we go.
That's useful because at some point in the game, your first creatures that you had that had are going to die. So you need something that makes your level up, your magic level permanent.
Yeah, definitely. That would be really cool to see. And so the next creature is the Surging Titan. 5/5/5 stats, 4/4/7 for the attack, retaliation, and health points. Immune to retaliation, shockwave of 3, which is nice, and focus blast of 3. So again, it's extremely powerful creature. This extremely powerful creature.
This is the Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, definitely. That looks really good. Okay, that would be nice to see late game
You have
scenario.
to play though. You have to get to 5/5, and but if you do get it into play and you do get it to survive, it's a Wrecking Ball.
Absolutely. Let's hope Miley Cyrus isn't going to be using that. Dervish Master is going to be a very colourful background card in the back here. 5 action points, 4 might and 1 magic there. 3 attack, which is nice. Swift, range reflex of 2, which will be nice as well. First time Dervish Master destroys a creature during your turn, Dervish Master gains an additional attack. Okay, so you can keep on destroying creatures as long as you want, basically.
Oh, the first time.
Oh, the first time only. Sorry, yeah, the first time only, which should be nice. Okay.
Swift, it's excessively dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a lightning rod. You have to get rid of that creature as soon as it gets into play. It's excessively dangerous. But it has 5 lives, so it's easy to kill.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, if you can get it down there, if you can get it down on battlefield, it's a huge bonus here for you, especially late turn scenario when you're trying to kill off creatures and attack the hero. The Nur Spellweaver, which is a unique creature here, magic shooter. Good, strong stats, or costly stats at the top, but you get 3 attack, 3 retaliation, 6 health points, magic channel, 3 spell resist, and when you play an instant spells, draw a card. Nice, very nice creature here. What was the decision behind making this a unique creature?
We needed to get on par with what the other faction had in terms of the number of uniques. So we have Hasafa, which is part of the cycle of uniques that we have right now, and this is the one that's the equivalent of Atropos in a way. We wanted to have something that's really based on stealth.
Okay.
So she has pretty much everything that's based on stealth.
Okay, so we are going to be looking at our last creature for today. It is the Blade Mage. So 6 cost here, 3 might and 5 magic. So that's also magic that you need to play it. But when you do play it, Blade Mage destroys a unique creature during your turn. Take a target non-unique spell card in your graveyard and put it into your hand. Really nice ability here. Basically, recycling spells will be nice. And it doesn't cost that much, so you can go for a very spell-strong deck and still have creatures here to support this deck. Okay, awesome. Awesome, guys. We've had a quick look at the Academy tour of the creature cards. Time is running out, so we're just going to have to go and see the fortunes very, very briefly here. For the new fortunes, we are going to go very quickly, Simon. I hope you don't mind, as we'll be seeing Matrix after this. Chain Casting,
Very powerful.
very powerful, I'm told. It doesn't cost you anything to play. Spells you play cost 1 action point less for every other spell you played this turn. Wow! Oh yeah, very powerful. Late game scenario, this will be an absolute killer if you're playing a spell deck. Bit of 5 elements theme going here.
You can draw a lot of cards with this when you play it with MR.
The Unraveled Fate. 1 cost, look at top X cards of opponent's library and choose 1 to put into their graveyard, where X is 3 plus the number of cards named. Having problems understanding this. Unraveled Fate in your.
Let me explain.
Yeah, please do, please do.
What I wanted to do is fortunes that have an effect that gets stronger the more you play it. So this card, the first time you play it, you check the top 3 cards and you take 1 to put in the graveyard. The second time it's 4 cards, then 5 cards, then 6 cards. It's always 3 plus a number of cards with that name in your graveyard. So we have a cycle of that. We have one for Haven, Inferno, Necro, and so on and so forth. Yeah, play is fortune based. Yep.
Oh, sorry guys, apparently my microphone was turned off, so yeah, you just have to see what's on there. Sorry guys about that, wasn't paying attention. So take a card from your hand and put it face down on top of your library. Look at the top 4 cards of opponent's library and choose 2 to put in your graveyard. Again, I was saying lots of milling capacities here, and there we go for the artwork. We'll go straight to the next card, which is Thread of Fate. Another 1-cost card. Until your next turn, choose a creature, spell, or fortune. Whenever opponent plays a card of the chosen type, draw a card. Interesting capacity here, really giving you the opportunity of getting more and more cards into your hand.
Yeah. The faction that draws the best is supposed to be Sanctuary, and Academy is just second behind them. But they have kind of a condition to draw cards.
Yeah, okay, interesting capacity there you're giving to people. The Dangerous Research, which is going to be costing a bit more in fortunes, but not much more in resource. Gain resource points equal to your magic level. Deal damage to your hero equal to your magic level. So yeah, very high cost, but high gain.
Yeah.
Interesting late game scenario here if you're wanting to go for a first turn kill, and you're willing to sacrifice your hero health a bit. That could be very nice to play. Shifting Sands, 2 cost, 1 magic, 3 fortune. Permanent. When a friendly magic creature attacks, put the top card of opponent library into their graveyard at the beginning of your turn. Return Shifting Sands to its owner's hand.
We wanted to do cards that kind of mimicked the Mirage theme. So
Okay.
we have cards, ongoing effects like fortunes like this one, that lasts for 1 full turn and goes back to your hand at the beginning of your turn. So this is the Academy version of the Mirage cycle.
Okay, looking good, looking good. Lost in the Void, 2 cost, 2 fortune to use. Loving that artwork. We can see here you've been thinking about all of those players complaining about Necro, and this is maybe going to be a target. Banish 3 target cards from a graveyard of your choice, and this is the anti-Necro.
I love it.
Yeah, definitely the anti-Necro here. Very,
It's
very good
not
card.
only anti-Necro, it's also anti-Academy, because there's a lot of spell recursion in Academy.
Oh yes, we've seen that. Yeah, definitely.
I mentioned also that other faction will get cards that interacts with the graveyard. So it's not only against Necro, but make no mistake, it wasn't. We chose well the faction to represent on that card.
Yeah, I'm sure. The rivalry for 2 costs, 2 fortune, draw a card, or if your magic level is lower than the opponent's, can increase your magic level by 2. Very straightforward card. Don't know how much use we'll see of this in the game, but again, could be nice, definitely, to have. Quick look at the artwork, and we'll just pass on immediately to the next card, which is Void Tainted Ritual. 2 cost, 2 fortune, no, 2 might, 3 fortune, sorry about that. And until end of turn, so it's an ongoing. When you play a magic creature, put the top 3 cards of opponent's library into their graveyard. More milling possibilities. When Void Tainted Ritual enters the battleground, draw a card. Anything you want to say about that? More milling opportunities for you, basically, and giving you an extra card as well.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Rift Echo. Quick look at the artwork. And 2 cost, 2 fortune until your next turn. When a friendly creature is attacked, put the top 3 cards of opponent's library into their graveyard. Again, more milling. Just never stops.
Yeah, but you have to take into account that there's not a lot of milling happening for each card, and each card costs you 1 card advantage. So you choose wisely which card you want to include in your deck.
Yeah, you're going to have to be very careful how you create your deck, because even if you are milling your opponent's deck, that does mean that this is so many cards you cannot necessarily use to your advantage directly on the battlefield. So it's going to be a very strategic choice to mill or not nowadays, and it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves in the next meta. Arcane Research costs you 3 for 2 fortune. Increase your magic level by 2. Very straightforward here. I'm just going to quick look at the artwork, and we'll pass on to the next one. Favorite spell. Cost 3, 2 fortune required. Search a library for a spell card and put it into your hand until the end of turn. That spell costs 1 action points less to play. Shuffle your library. So a very nice way of going to get that ongoing Strength of the Sea, for example, or Might of Nature, or any other spell that you might desperately need to finish off your opponent. Very nice again. I believe we've seen this artwork already. Very cool artwork, definitely. And Severed Fate, 3/3 stats. Put the top X cards of opponent's library into their graveyard, where X is the number of creatures you control. Oh, interesting. So you can put up to 8 cards into your opponent's graveyard, just like that.
Yeah, but that really puts emphasis on building a creature-based deck for milling.
Yeah, it could be very, very interesting, that one, especially combined with other milling possibilities. We shall see once again how people decide to play this. Let's go into Scrying Orb 3/3. Look at the top 5 cards of opponent's library and put them back in any order. Very interesting card there. Not sure how much we'll see of this being used on the battleground, but definitely fun to play. Quick look at the artwork and back to Stolen Research. 3 cost, 3 fortune. Increase your magic level by 1. Decrease opponent's magic level by 1 as well. So interesting, interesting. I'm not again sure how useful this will be, but once again we'll have to see how people use it in the meta, because many times we've been surprised by how people use cards in the meta before we actually are able to test them out and see by ourselves. So it's always going to be fun to find out how these different cards are spelled. And the Forgotten Spell, which is the artwork we've been using for today's stream. 3/3 cost. Interesting that the fortune would cost 3 spell to be able to use. Take target instant spell card from opponent's graveyard, play that card and banish it. Okay, that'd be very interesting because it doesn't cost that much to be able to use. Tell me, would you be paying the resources that the spell you've taken requires? So if you take a spell that costs 5, would you be paying 5 to play it, or would it be free?
It's not free.
It's not free.
It would be written that it's free in that case.
Okay. Offering to the Void, 6. Wow, suddenly gone from 3 action cost to 6 action cost. Requires 3 fortune only. Gain action points equal to half the number of cards in opponent's graveyard. Round it down, then banish all cards in opponent graveyard. Wow, that is just huge. Can you explain us why you came to that? That's just so many advantages in one.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage in a way, yes, but you have to take into account that we haven't revealed also counters to milling yet. There are counters to milling in neutral. So we needed to have a card that milling decks needed to have to be a safety net. So this card is a safety net. When you cast that, the cards that are banished, you don't have to mill them again. Because there are cards in neutral that shuffles the graveyard into the library, so that kind of resets what the milling deck has to do. If you built your deck wrong and you don't have that card in your deck, you're going to have to mill a lot more than just 50 cards.
Yeah, absolutely. And our last card today is going to be Arcane Intuition, and it's a unique fortune instant. Costs a lot to play, requires a lot of action resource points. Sorry, statistics in your hero though. But let's look at the ability. Look at opponent's library. You may choose a spell or a magic creature from it and play it for free. That is huge. That is really, really cool. That will enable you to go and steal all those unique ongoing spells.
Again, this is a card that says if you play with only one card as the basis of your deck, you're screwed. You have to build a deck that's more coherent with the whole of your deck. If you only have, if your strategy is based on one card, and this card screws you, then you didn't build your deck right.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, thanks a lot, Simon. We've gone through all the cards, and Simon, thanks a lot for being with us today. We're going to be switching to Matrix. We're already 10 minutes late in our planning. I hope you don't mind leaving us so soon. Simon, thanks a lot for being here, and thanks a lot for your comments. It's been awesome to have you. Any last words for the players?
Well, I hope you really enjoy playing with Academy. We've sure had a lot of fun times to design it. So, see you in the battleground.
Okay, great, Jared. Thanks a lot. I'm going to be leaving you, and we'll go and try and find Matrix in any second now. Hopefully, I can find him.
Matrix and Jared are waiting for us already.
Sorry?
And Jared too.
And Jared, yes, Jared will be meeting Jared later on. Matrix, I am calling Matrix on Skype, And as soon as we've got Matrix on Skype, we'll jump in back with him on the stream. But guys, if you are joining us today, welcome. This is the team stream for Duel of Champions, and we do have Matrix. Hi Matrix, how are you doing? Hopefully we've got Matrix somewhere. Hi Matrix, I'm just going to have to rebalance the levels here. That back up there and up. There we go. Matrix, hi, how are you doing?
I am doing fine. How
Awesome.
are you doing?
Good, great. We're loving the expansion here. It's really good to have you here. Thanks a lot, Matrix, for taking the time to come and join us today. Matrix, tell us about yourself a bit. Who are you? Tell the new players who don't know you.
I'm the very first world champion of Might & Magic Duel of Champions. I won it in 2012 at the DreamHack. I am as well the first streamer and a very active still streamer of Duel of Champions. I'm streaming almost every day at my Twitch channel, Matrix_disc. I am as well a host of a Doc Talk kind of program that I'm hosting on my stream as well, together with Rancor, and we are talking about the strategy, about the cards, about how to play it well, how to beat the seemingly unbeatable decks, and so on.
Great. Okay, Matrix, before we go into details about what you think of this whole expansion, I'm just going to remind people who have joined us, welcome. This is the team stream for Friday. We have one every Tuesday and every Friday for 2 hours, where a member of the team just comes in and plays the game and answers your questions, and it's always really cool. So make sure you check it out, and make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to our channel to find out all the latest news of the game Duel of Champions. Duel of Champions, for those of you who do not know, is a free online card game, so make sure you come and check it out. You can download it from the link directly that will be linked in the chat on a recurring basis. I'm sure you'll be able to find loads of information there. We have loads of activities happening all the time, and today is a very special team stream as we are going into lots of detail about the new expansion coming out very soon now, with a whole new faction in Duel of Champions. And if you know Might & Magic, the universe of Might & Magic, you'll know a lot of these cards and artworks and recognize a lot of what we're doing here and what we play with in the game. So thanks a lot for joining us, and I hope you enjoy. And back to you, Matrix. So Matrix, tell us about the new expansion. What do you think of this expansion?
I am actually very happy how it's turning out, and we've been working really hard together with Simon and with other guys from the balancing team. We meaning the VIP team, because I'm as well one of the VIP testers, and I'm really interested how will the milling strategy turn out for Academy. It's something that wasn't really successful or successfully implemented in other card games, and I actually think it's been implemented quite well here. Moreover, we found a lot of balance issues and removed them before introducing the cards. So I'm sure you've noticed that some cards look OP at the very first glance.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
so
for
many
example,
cards.
The Spirit-Bound Genie, 2/6 flyer for 2, 2 might, 3 magic, insane. But actually, if you think how would you like to use it, and in what situation would you like to use it? If you would like to use it for rush, you want him to have higher attack than 2, because you want him to deal more damage really quickly, and then you lose the life of equal to his attack when he dies. So all of the seemingly OP cards, they are really well balanced in a bit different way than the earlier expansions. You don't have the simple, straightforward balance of just stats, but you have additional abilities that take away or add a lot to the card.
Yeah, so you've been working a lot with the VIP team at balancing the cards, and it's been awesome. How's your feeling with the team, with discovering the cards in advance? How are you enjoying that?
Well, I'm enjoying it a lot, but to be honest, it's actually putting me out of the current meta game, because we've been playing those closed testers tournaments.
Yeah.
And you have totally new cards. You have totally different cards than you play normally. So I'm probably at the moment very very useless to explain the current meta, because I'm already like a month or 2 months ahead of everybody else with my mindset. And it's quite confusing to play both the VIP tournaments and play them well and do theory crafting and deck testing, and then coming back to the normal streaming and just play it, normally.
Yeah, so have you identified some metas that we should be looking out for in the next expansion?
Oh yes, definitely. There are really interesting things to look for, but I am not sure if I can talk about it because, we've shown only Academy and we didn't show any spells. And you've noticed obviously that Academy is about spells.
Absolutely.
And there are insane new spells coming in, and there are some heroes, like for example Miranda. She's going to be a wrecking ball. She will be definitely one of the top hits of the on the top of the charts for the first weeks for anybody who gets her, because of her starting stats and of the new spells coming.
Yeah.
So that's one. Another, the Invoker of the Asala, Invoker of Castigation. Looking at her spell schools, you can already tell that she's got the potential to wield the 3 most powerful uniques. And you can build a very powerful deck around it, again, talking about spells. And I'm talking about spells here, again, because we didn't see them. And this is the hidden factor for the moment. And you can clearly remember the powerful creatures that will support it. Like for example, even the 1-drop for Academy, the Scholar, 103 Magic Channel 1 spell resist for 1/1. This guy is a staple. He's the enabler of strategies, and he will make you be able to run all those expensive spells, right? You have really nice early blockers like the Gargoyle or like the Wizard Tutor. The early cards for Academy are extremely weak in the normal might understanding of it, but they are the stepping stones for you to build up your magic and to survive long enough to get your engine running. And you can already identify a couple of those engines, like I mentioned. One of them is the milling engine, and another one which I am looking forward to is to try a little bit of combination one-sided board wipes. What do I mean by that? If you have your guys having spell resist or magic resist, if you have the let me find the guy, the glyph carved golem, who gets ward from every spell school.
I'm just going to try and find that in the game for people. I can't.
Yep.
Let me see, the golem. Where is it? I can't find it. Ah, there we go. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. He's 4/4.
Yep.
In the requirements. So if you have him on board and the guys with the resists, you just play some weak spells. Let's say you want to do a one-sided board wipe with fire, right? You play a firebolt early on somewhere, and then down the road you play your glyph carved golem number 1, number 2. Maybe you play Moonsilk Spider, the old one, the 0/0/1 creature that makes your spells cheaper, and you have a one-sided board wipe. This is not easy to set up, but on the other hand, you get the possibility of getting there. This is something really, really interesting for me.
Okay, really, really cool. So, yeah, basically, guys, if you've joined us, we will be having a second team stream on Tuesday, where we are going to be revealing all the spells and all the cards from the other factions. Hopefully we'll have enough time. So yeah, just to remind you, Matrix Disc is our current world champion title holder. He was the one who came first last year at the World Championship, and he's been one of our most active players throughout the whole since we started. It's really cool to have him today. Once again, thanks a lot, Matrix, for being with us. Yeah, it'd be nice to have you again next week. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, Matrix. I can't keep you as long as I would have wanted to keep you. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk to you again next week on Tuesday if you're available. We'll have to talk about that later. Any last words? Any last comments about the faction? About the expansion?
Yeah, definitely. I can see Academy being an extremely enjoyable faction to play, and it already allows for very different deck types. So you'll not get bored on this time. There might be a deck or two decks or whatever coming up to seemingly unbeatable and OP, but surely there will be responses found to it. And if I may have a shameless plug, please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find all those links on my Twitch page, which is www.twitch.tv/matrix_disc. And right after this stream with you guys, so you'll be finishing at 7, right? Please tune in to my stream. We will be talking about the new revealed cards. We will be discussing what is OP, what is not OP, what is going to happen. Yeah, so tune in and enjoy some Might and Magic Duel of Champions.
Great. Thanks a lot, Matrix Disc. It's been a pleasure having you here today. Thanks a lot for the very good words of wisdom you've given us here about the new expansion. We're really looking forward to it. I hope to see you soon. Take care. And we'll be going back to see Jared any second now. So yeah, guys, we are happy to be here today. We are revealing, this is part of the team stream for Friday, and today is a very special team stream where we are revealing a huge amount of information about the next expansion coming out in the very soon. Actually, I can't really say when, but trust me, it's going to be
Before the end
very
of the
soon.
month.
Before the end of the month. It's planned for basically end of September, so very soon. So yeah, my name is Azza. I am the community manager for the English version of the game, and here is Kimundi, who is the French community manager for the game, and we are going to be bringing you through this whole reveal. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the channel so you can get all the latest information and know when we're online. Also, second team stream will be happening on Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. French time. That is from 4 to 6 p.m. English time. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to do the maths because I'm useless at it. And I am very pleased to say hello to Jared. Jared, thanks a lot for being with us today. How are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm going good, thanks. How are you?
Awesome.
Hello to everyone in the chat and who's watching at home.
Awesome. So Jared, what do you think of this new expansion we've seen?
It's pretty exciting stuff. I've been playing it a lot. I've been working with Simon and the VIP balancing team to create the cards, to test them out, to ensure that they're balanced. And we've been discovering a lot of new combos and a lot of new strategies for both the Academy series and for the existing series. So we think that it's going to shake up the meta a lot.
Yeah, it should. Definitely should. So Jared, tell me, most of the community don't really know you. We've seen you in a couple of videos, especially the latest reveal for the Altar of Wishes. Can you just tell us a bit more about yourself and what you do for the DOC team? What's your role?
Sure. I'm one of the game designers on the team, so I have quite a few different roles, but my main role is in systems design. So anything relating to new game modes, to the deck builder, the user experience, the user interface, working with our artists and our user interface designers to fix that up. I also help out with creating new cards and with balancing cards and working with our VIP community. So a little bit of this and that.
So how's it going for you? Are you not losing your mind about too many things to do at once, or is it an awesome experience?
It's always something new every day, so that's what keeps it kind of fresh and fun and varied, which is always good.
Okay, just briefly, for those of you who have arrived now, who are following since the beginning, we have seen the new cards, and it will be the replay will be available on YouTube hopefully in the next coming days. But we still have got a few things to show you guys, so don't leave too soon, as we are going to go through towards the Altar of Wishes, which Jared is going to very kindly give us a description of and tell us a bit more about.
Okay, so the Altar of Wishes is basically, it came about through long-term thinking and long-term exploration about how we wanted our players to get the cards that they really want. Because when we first released the game, we had the base set, and if you got enough packs through the shop over a period of time, you could eventually collect the whole base set. It wasn't an impossible mission in that regard. But as we've released new expansions, it's kind of diluted the probabilities and the chances of getting the specific cards that you want. So we realized that we would have to address that at some point to help players getting specific cards that they want, and also when players want to kind of create a deck or a deck they've seen that they really like, or they want to experiment with a card that they've seen online, but they just haven't been able to get a hold of, haven't been able to get the final copy that they need to complete that deck. We thought we needed a system that could accommodate that and those desires. So we looked into a lot of different systems, a lot of different types of systems that other games are using, like public markets, auction houses, direct player-to-player trading, and direct shop purchases and things like that. And ultimately, we decided to go with an NPC-to-player trading and exchange system, which we've called the Altar of Wishes. So you might recognize Nur, the NPC. She's
down here.
Featured on one of the cards in the upcoming Academy series. And she's kind of our... We see the Infernal Pit and the Altar of Wishes as kind of like a duality. With the Infernal Pit, you can trade with the NPC in that, the Succubus, to get rid of cards you no longer want, to get gold to be able to buy new packs. And with the Altar of Wishes, you can trade with Nur to trade the wild cards that you get with Nur to get the cards that you want.
So talking about wild cards, can you tell us a bit more what are wild cards and how do we get them?
Okay, so wild cards are basically a special type of new currency that we've introduced, and it will be available specifically from packs and decks. Sorry, packs and boxes in the shop initially. Basically, when you purchase a box, and certain types of packs, you will have a guaranteed chance of getting a certain number of wild cards. And when you purchase certain other packs, you will have a chance to get wild cards. So every pack and every box in the shop will contain at least a chance to get a wild card or more when you open it.
And this is even when paying for packs in gold, right?
Exactly.
Okay, because I think this is a very important question that players have on their minds.
Very true, and that kind of comes back to what I was saying about the duality between the Infernal Pit and the Altar of Wishes, because you can. We want to respect our free-to-play players by the fact that if you invest enough time and enough love into the game, and you accumulate a large collection, and you have excess cards that you don't need, you can burn them in the Infernal Pit to get gold. Then you can buy some packs for gold, and then you may get some wild cards from those packs. And then you can exchange the wild cards you've got in the Altar of Wishes for specific cards that you want to get.
Okay, awesome. So guys, just for those of you who are looking at the chat right now, looking at the wild cards that we can see here remember the prices per card in wild cards are not the final results, so they may change. Do not take this for granted immediately, as the prices may quite probably change before the expansion comes out eventually. So tell us, once we've got the wild cards, how does this work? Can you walk me through it?
Yeah, it's quite simple, really. So in the Altar of Wishes, you can see up the top right, you have the number of wild cards that you currently got in your inventory.
Okay.
And then you can also notice that to access the Altar of Wishes itself, it's found on the new button up the top right as well in the HUD, which is the card exchange button. Sorry, I'm pointing here and this way. And yeah, basically it shares the same menu as the Infernal Pit, and then you can see once you're in the Altar of Wishes, the Infernal Pit here is locked because in this account you're only at level 1, it unlocks at level 5. The Altar of Wishes unlocks when you get your first wild card in the shop, and basically to use it, you can see that every card in the Altar of Wishes, which is the full collection of cards, has an icon on it that shows an amount of wild cards that card is valued at. So the cost of each card is based upon both rarity and the series that it comes from. So we have three pricing tiers, and to begin with, the tier 1 price, which is the lowest price, that's the base set initially. Tier 2 will be Void Rising and Herald of the Void, and then the newest set, which is Forgotten Wars, that will be the tier 3 pricing. but over time, those tiers will change, so cards will become cheaper over time, and then the newest series will be priced at tier 3. Also, we have the promotion-based heroes and promotion-based cards. Those will carry a higher premium as well. So to use it, you very simply just drag a card into the altar, or double-click on a card.
I'm guessing Serpent Fly because it's the best card in the game.
Serpent Fly.
So there we go, Serpent Fly for president. Okay, so it's basically just like the Infernal Pit. I basically drag my card in and I make an offering of wild cards. So this one will only cost me 2, right?
It will only cost you 2. So you can see you've got 28 wild cards. This one costs 2. You make the offering, and congratulations, you've received your card.
Awesome, so I've now got 6 Serpent Flies. I can have a whole set. That's awesome. So looking forward to that card. But tell me, this was definitely something that players have been waiting for maybe since the beginning of the game. I'm sure you've thought about loads of other options, and I know that the players have proposed or asked for many other options. So tell us a bit more. What other options did you consider, and why did you not go for them?
The first thing we considered was having an auction house, and we looked into that, and after doing some research, it was quite a complicated system to manage. And the other main thing relating to having a direct player-to-player trading is the fact that because we give away a lot of cards, especially like the starter decks and the starter packs, and our free-to-play model is very kind of, I guess, generous in terms of the cards. We were worried that players would easily be able to create a lot of different accounts, pool cards, and then sell them in the Infernal Pit, basically a never-ending money machine. So it was really, we had to watch out for exploiting of the game economy and the complete undermining of the game economy, because if we implemented the wrong kind of system, we would essentially maybe go bankrupt.
yeah, definitely not help the game at all. Event in the futures of the game, basically. Okay, well, this is really a cool system of doing it. Definitely, I know.
The other consideration was also we wanted a system that was easy to use for the players, something that the players could, get the card that they want right away. If you have your wild cards, you don't have to wait for an auction. You don't have to worry about being outbid. You don't have to worry about supply and demand mechanics. You want the card, you can get the card you want.
Yeah, really awesome. Okay, well, listen, Jad, I'm sorry I can't keep you because we've unfortunately run out of time. But thanks a lot for showing us the wild card and Altar of Wishes. Really looking forward to this. Is there any last word you want to tell us? What about you? What's your first card you're going to get?
The first card I'm going to get... Oh, that's a big ask. There are so many cards I want. I'll probably start with finishing off my Dark Assassins.
Yeah, same here. That's one of my priorities. Okay, awesome. Well, Jared, thanks a lot for being with us today. It's been a pleasure having you. I hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. We are
Thank you very much. Yes, it's been great.
Brilliant. We are going to be leaving you for now, but guys, do not despair. We've still got stuff planned for you. We want to do a small show match between Kimundi and myself, and hopefully he can log into the game, the balancing server, sometime soon. He's in. Apparently he's in. And we will be able to start this and get a proper duel going. Let me just get rid of this for a second there. And I'm just going to go full in and put the game directly there so we can have a quick look at my full game screen. There we go. That's much nicer. I can still keep that on top, hopefully. Where are we? There we are. There we go. Awesome. So we all set, and apparently I've been added as a friend. No, that's not the guy I want. Okay, here we go. Requests Kimundi. Friend, do you want to challenge me or shall I challenge you?
Oh, challenge me. Go ahead.
I'll challenge you. Let me see. Kimundi. Okay, let's just go into the friends to play. Might be easier. Practice. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready on the chat? Here we go. We have both got pre-created, pre-made decks that were suggested to us, and unfortunately we won't be showing you anything new, so these are all the heroes and creatures you've already seen. But here we go. Good luck, Kimundi.
Good deck.
I haven't actually seen this yet. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll probably make loads of mistakes. already. I've got lots of very strong cards, so I'm not going to go with that. I am going to go with something a bit smaller. And it's even worse. Okay, awesome, awesome. Let me see, so, when I play a spell, okay, this is the one where having lots of magic is a good thing. However, however, these creatures and these spells, oh my goodness. Oh, ouch, 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 guys, this is hurting me already. I've barely started and this is hurting. And we've got Rise of the Nethermancer there. Banish target card from graveyard. This is going to be interesting. Oh, hard gargoyle there, for a hard counter already for that one. I might use that there. I'm not sure how much that helps me. It does have Magic Channel 1 spell resist, and is boosting my magic up a bit, but I really do need to get... I don't know, I'm hesitating, guys, because these spells could be useful. I really need to get these creatures up and going on the battlefield. So this is something we all know. Might of Nature's a good one. Gazer as well. Gazer, Ice Spikes. Shantiri Titan is the first new one. And let me see. Magic Channel. I do have spell resist though. But that's only for spells. It's not magic resist. Okay. I guess let's go for that for now. That's still giving me a slight boost. It's giving me a nice boost in my magic there, guys. I've gone up to 3 magic without actually doing anything. So this is a wizard tutor I'm playing with, which is Magic Channel 1, as well as a nice health pool here. Unfortunately, he's got a Cell Spell Djinn down there. If I can manage to kill off the Cell Spell Djinn... Okay, so this is going to be causing him a lot of trouble if he doesn't manage to, you know, stay within that characteristic there. Let me see what I've got. Obsidian Gargoyle of Magic Guard could be an interesting choice, but I've also got Titans here with Towering and Shockwave, so that could always be fun as well. Let's try that. Let's move that down, increase that there. Oh no, shoot! Ah, there we go. You see that happens? When I'm not careful, I start making mistakes, and let's just do that for now. Let me see, target creature cannot be selected. Might as well go for that. And that's new. I believe this is new. Having event card down at the top here looks like it's new. It used to just become all shiny and nice, and this is definitely a nice new feature to have. This one, I hate this one. When this enters the battleground or attacks, puts a crippling creature on target enemy creature, and then he's put crippling on this guy, so this guy is now useless and cannot finish him off. So that's awesome. Luckily, I have enough action points to do that. Move this guy back. Play this one here. And just to... Nah, let's leave it there. I'm not fond of leaving it here. I might just to counter this for now. For now. Okay, for now, guys. Just placing that there. Hopefully he won't be able to boost his creature up. Okay, but of course Lightning Strike comes down and kills me off, combining his Lightning Strike damage to his Cell Spell Djinn damage. I can't get that right. And I'm dead already up here. What happened there? I've missed that. Of course, Focus Blast of 2. Deal 2 damage to all enemy creatures. Jeez. Okay, so this time let's not go wrong. Unfortunately, he's killed off my creature, which means I've now got lots of magic to catch up here. I can't really use these creatures until I've got the magic up. This is not looking like it's a good start for me. Definitely not a good start here. I can luckily do that. It's not really going to help me much. I still have lots to do, lots of damage to do to be able to kill off these creatures down there. But at least I'm getting some blocking power here. So that's a good thing there. I really have to get these Titans out on the battlefield. I do feel that will make a huge difference with Shockwave 2 and Towering, which will be really nice, and 6 health points defense there. But yeah, you see, this creature is dealing damage to him. He's now down to 18 health points already. So bit by bit, it is a risky strategy. And luckily he's not dealing much damage thanks to Magic Resist on this creature. Excellent counter there. And let me see. Huh, that could be interesting to play. I have got 7 action points, which means I can play a Golem. I can play him, which means I am back in the game, guys. Let's hope I can stay this way. Of course, he goes for this Forked Lightning, which is something we've seen on the forums, we haven't actually seen yet in the game. So here we go, this is the first new spell you are seeing. Lucky guys, I wasn't expecting this. Target 2 empty battleground positions for each of those positions. Deal 5 damage to every creature adjacent to that position. Enjoy, guys. That is possibly the only spell we're going to be revealing today, and that is definitely a very good spell. And basically he's rushed me, killed me off, blah 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 blah. Okay, now let me see, I can play 2 creatures, and this is definitely what I'm going to go for. Magic Guard of 1 can always be nice, and of course the Titan with Shockwave 2 and Towering. Let me see, that's a Magic Flyer, Magic Shooter, so this guy is going to go up here, and this guy will go down here, and there we go. Increase that again. Don't forget, I am gaining stuff for that when you play a spell. If your magic level is 6 or more, and your fortune, I have to start increasing my fortune as well. Okay, so this is going to be excellent for a late game scenario here. And again, the Forked Lightning is really causing me a lot of trouble here. Luckily though, this guy with Magic Resist is barely making it through to the next turn. Hopefully I'll be able to do something with him. It's looking like it's going to be difficult though. Let me see. Spell Stealer Wizard, I can use that. If he's got an ongoing spell, the Spell Stealer Wizard will be nice because it means I can take control of target ongoing spell under opponent's control of the battleground for free. That'd be nice, but let's keep that for later because that is definitely something I want to keep and use later. Playing that guy here, as he will be preventing this guy from attacking. Let me see, Magic Guard of 1. If I attack, I do get killed off here, so I don't want to keep him there. Let's move him down. Spell Resist. This is going to be complicated. Do I want to start stopping enemy damage? I really need to draw cards. Okay, he's nice. I like him. Let's go. Guys, if you're joining us now, thanks a lot for joining us. If you've been here since the start, even bigger thanks to you guys. It's awesome having so many people of you on the Twitch channel at once. This is Duel of Champions you are currently watching, and we are a free-to-play game that you can find in the link that is linked in the chat. Make sure you click on that and go and download the game for free. It's a card game with a lot, as you can see, lots of strategy in it, and I'm getting pummeled by Commundi here. Absolutely wrecked by Commundi. I really don't see how I can do this. I have to start looking into this this deck and seeing how I can actually play it properly, because this is not working out for me today. So yeah, Might and Magic Duel of Champions from Might and Magic franchise. That is why, if you've played with us before, you will recognize a lot of the creatures already in the game, as they do have the same titles and the same creatures from the Might and Magic franchise, which is always nice. And let's do that. There we go. Not sure what to do here, to be honest. Go for that. So yeah, welcome. And this has been a very special team stream for 2 hours right now with you guys. It's been awesome to be able to play with you guys and show you the very new expansion that is going to be coming out very soon. Very, very soon. I believe Stefan at the beginning of the interview said in the next few days. Those were his words. So look out for more news of that on the forums, and if you haven't already, go and subscribe to this channel and visit our Facebook page for more information and lots of cool stuff every day practically. Make sure you like us on Facebook. It really helps out sending you guys all the information. Make sure you come on to see the forums. That's always very important. So many things happening on the forums. Loads of reveals about the next expansion. And this is the second spell you're getting to see. Wasn't supposed to be showing you spells, but here we go, guys. The second spell, Ink Warrior. Deploy a copy of target non-unique friendly creature. And this, guys, could be, maybe, could be the saving blow or saving spell for me today. Do that. Do this. Unblockable! Haha!
Nice.
Draw a card. And yes, guys, I think we are in for a treat. This will be nice. Don't forget that this, the Shantiri Titan has got some awesome stats, guys. Awesome stats, but I can only attack if it's been dealt damage. What was that? No, no more spells, no more spells. I didn't see that. I don't know what that spell does. We'll keep that for Tuesday. Don't forget, Tuesday we're having another team stream with huge reveals all through, so make sure you follow us there. And this is the moment, guys. This is the moment where I can steal his spell. And what does that do? It doesn't really do much, does it? Do I want to play this card? Does that cost me? Does that cost me? Let's go. No! Oh, I should have played it because that just gives it back to him. Oh, that was sad. So sad. So sad. Ever so sad. I can't attack! This is bad, guys. This is very, very bad. I can't attack here either. It's end turn. Yeah, I am a noob, guys, and I don't care, okay? And he's just dispelled me. That was a good go there. Dispelling my Might of Nature, which was all the damage dealt to friendly melee creatures, rounded down. So that was a very good spell. I really appreciate it. And I am getting, once again, pummeled by my opponent. But luckily, I've got some very strong creatures here just waiting to deal some damage. And hopefully I'll be able to deal damage soon. Let's see what he does. And another one of these, Sandstorms again. Wizard Apprentice is not going to be dealing damage. And I really need to start drawing cards here. So, here we go. I like that, I like that. When an opponent plays a card, uses ability targeting a single creature, he must target Guardian Golem if possible, which is always nice. Deal 2 damage. Let's go and deal damage. Question. Let's do damage there. Damage there. Why can't I attack? That's not fair. I forgot about this. I forgot about the Sandstorm, guys. That was a bit silly of me. Let's block off the top row there. And let's go for that there. Let's attack. Which one's being most annoying here? Let's just go for that. I should have boosted that up. I am not playing very well. I don't want to deal damage to my hero right now. So let's just go on past that. And let's see what he can play. He is playing Miranda, Blade Mage Champion. So a quick look at her. Remember, she has relocate target friendly magic creature. So again, very nice. What? Leave me alone. I don't like Kimindi right now. I do not like what he's doing. This is not fair, not fun. I still can't play because of this. I still can't use my melee creatures. I should be drawing a card, but if I increase this, it means that... Oh, I need to draw a card. I do need to draw a card. Banish target card from the graveyard. Do I want to do that? Do I really want to do that? Or until magic creatures get one that won't help me at all? I don't know what to play, guys. This is an interesting dilemma here. I can still attack, though. Let's do that for now. I can't attack with him. Might as well play that there. I might as well do that. Enemy graveyard, let me see what does he have, and I want to get rid of those. Let's banish that. And I might as well use that. Why not? Why not indeed? Okay, his turn. Let's see if I can get better cards this time. Remember, these are all cards on the new expansion, and lots of new things coming up very soon, guys, for you. Once again, make sure you check the forums for all the information about that. Loads there. Kimindi, anything you want to say to the French community?
Hi, the French community.
Hi, the French community. That is the word of the day from Kimindi. And yeah, I do have a solid defense, though. Those Titans, or whatever they're called, the Shantiri Titans, are just amazing at giving me that defense I need. And it does have Shockwave of 2, so that's why he's blocking off down here. Good move there. Let's draw a card, see what I get. Oh, interesting. Yes, let's go for that. And it has less effect than I imagined. Oh, well. That's not bad, Okay, I'm not too unhappy with that. I feel that we are getting somewhere, guys. I can finally start attacking... No, I can't. It has can't attack, of course. It has can't attack. I forgot about that. And I want to make sure this guy doesn't get targeted. And no, let's not draw a card. Okay, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. And let's see what he does here. It does look like I will be able to deal some damage in the next turn, at least with these creatures here. Are very, very powerful. He has got 5 cards in his hand. He has apparently pulled out a card. He's got 15 health action points, so more than enough to do loads of things here, though. He has to start blocking up these creatures. What does it do? Immune to retaliation when unstable Jin attacks. Pay 2 action points if you cannot deal 2 damage to unstable Jin. Fair enough, fair enough. Just so you know, we haven't actually added in any... I have to increase fortune. I know I have to increase fortune, but I need cards. I need cards. A copy of target. If I want to deploy a copy, what would happen? Do I still have 2 health points? No, I did. Okay. Well, that's still nice. That's still nice. And I'll use that there. And these guys can attack. There we go. This guy can attack. This guy can... Fair enough, attack there. I'll do that. And I'm set for Neko. Increase fortune. Let me see. Why? No, wait a minute. When you play a spell, if your spell 6 or more and your fortune is... Yeah, but that's only when I play a spell. Look, guys, I only get an extra card if I play a spell here. And quite frankly, I think that pulling out a card right now may be better. Ooh, I hope he doesn't have something good here. Oh, there we go, there we go. Nice combination here. Song of the Lost using just 2 seconds. 2 seconds, don't move too fast. Lightning Strike here to open up the 4th row, or open up a row. Moving my cards down with Song of the Lost, giving him the opportunity of attacking me here, dealing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, this does mean it looks like it's not GG. Why is it not GG? Oh, I can't attack him. Of course it's not GG. Of course it's not GG. I was being stupid there. I can't attack with this one because don't forget, I have to have damage on this. If I have damage on it, I can attack. And for the moment, I can't attack. So that will be a no-go. Let me see. Might keep that one for now. Although I need to start blocking off. No, I can't block off. Okay. Let me see what I can do. That's not bad already. Okay, let's start going for that. Damage, damage. No, 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 no. Sorry, I forgot. Nearly forgot that. Do some more damage there. And damage there. And damage. No, I can't do damage. I can't do damage. Ha! Eminence vs Smarties. Yes, I nearly forgot about the events. I did not in the end, so thanks for reminding me. I don't like the fact this guy is on his own though here. That is not reassuring me one little bit. Ugh. This is confusing. These are all new cards, guys. It's the first time I've played with this expansion and these new cards, and I've got no idea what each card does. It's very interesting for me to do this. Just checking out. Okay, so what's up here? These are the events. I really like the fact that the events are now coming up at the top here, showing us very clearly what is activated at what turn. I have to get some damage dealt here. I have to... Ah, well, there we go. Congratulations. Of course, the Jin there...
the phase thing.
Of course, the phase.
From the beginning.
Phase there. We forgot phase. The phase is a new ability that enables you to attack the hero directly, whether or not it is protected by creatures. Well, guys, this, I believe, is the end of our stream. So, once again, guys, thanks a lot. You've been watching the team stream
I guess
Friday.
we have Space Elephant for a while, just before the end.
Yeah, let's call Space Elephant and see what he's up to. Is he around? Okay, let's give him a quick call and see if he has got 2 words for us at the end. That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. Can I find Wes? There we go. Let's get rid of all the extra stuff.
Hey, 1-2 guys.
Hey, Space Elephant.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm great. I'm very excited about what we've seen today.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah, you guys did a pretty good job.
Oh,
And thanks
cheers.
for
It's been a
everyone,
pleasure to be here.
For watching, it was awesome. We even got on the Twitch front page. So yeah, I feel that the hype is huge for this upcoming extension.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Emil, I forgot to turn your sound up.
Oh.
So yeah, because when you go into
Awesome.
Skype, it automatically reduces sound, whatever. But yeah,
No problem. Do you hear me well, guys?
yeah,
Yeah,
it should be fine
it
now.
should be
It should be
fine.
awesome now.
Awesome. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. It was a great stream, a great program. We even got on the Twitch front page. So yeah, it was awesome. You guys did a good job, and yeah, I was reading the comments on the chat, and it was pretty cool actually. The hype is huge for this upcoming extension. I'm very excited myself to play with the Academy faction. You will see that it reminds me a little bit when we released the Sanctuary faction in December 2012. So it's a little bit a different gameplay. So you have to read the cards carefully, and yeah, you guys did a great show match actually.
Yeah, it was cool to be able to play it. I mean, I'd never seen it before, and I'm really looking forward to it now. It's really made me want to play even more, and it should be good. It should be really awesome. So, Again, any time on the dates here? I mean, Stefan, can you confirm that what Stefan said, word to word, in a few days? Can you confirm that?
Yeah, it should be before the end of the month, actually. But you know that the end of the month is coming pretty soon, so
Yeah, definitely.
it'll be coming pretty soon, guys. And don't forget to tune in for next Tuesday, because we have still a lot of stuff to reveal to you guys. And we couldn't hand a proper team stream without doing a raffle.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay,
raffle
let's go for the
time.
raffle, guys. The
So,
raffle,
Raffle
I
is
know,
open, man.
the raffle is now
alright.
open, guys. If you want to type in exclamation mark raffle, not code, but raffle, you'll be instantly
Exactly.
entered into the raffle, and in a few seconds we will pull one lucky winner who will get a
We have
nice code.
5 lucky winners.
5 lucky winners,
Five
wow.
lucky winners. We are getting
Don't forget,
very
guys,
generous today.
you have to subscribe to our page to be able to
Yeah.
get, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, the Twitch DOC Duel of Champions channel, you cannot win one of these 5 codes, so make sure you subscribe to our channel now. Emil, while we're waiting, Space Elephant, while we're waiting, any last words to our players and about the expansion?
Yeah, guys. First, I want to thank you. I think we have the greatest community out there. You know, this expansion is mostly about your feedback, guys. That's why we implemented the Altar of Wishes. I hope you will enjoy this feature. I hope you will enjoy the new cards. And yeah, we are reading your comments every day on the forums, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Reddit. Even on Reddit, we have a lot of traffic actually going on there. So if you have any questions, feel free to come and ask me your questions on the forums through private messages. You can ask Kimundi as well, Aza as well, all of the other community managers out there for the different countries. So yeah, they are all we are all out there for you guys to help you. And thanks again for your support. Thanks for your good words and to spread the love, the DOC love out there.
Absolutely, get your friends to come and play.
Yeah.
It's an awesome game, and the more we are, the better we can get, and the better it is, the more fun it is for everyone. So yeah, make sure you talk about Duel of Champions to your friends. That is the best way of helping yourself, help us, and vice versa, and lots of things that you understand, I'm sure. Emil, do you want to count down to the end of the raffle?
Yeah, why not? Is Kimundi ready to
Yeah, I'm
start
ready
the raffle?
I'm ready to close the raffle and then draw the name.
The raffle has been
Okay.
going on now, and we're just about ready, so...
So it'll be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay guys, the raffle is now closed. Kimundi, would you do us the honours of drawing our first winner? Drum roll. Very bad drum roll, but drum roll anyway.
First winner
And the
is
first winner is...
Oh Freedom 21.
Oh, Freedom 21, you are following Duel of Champions, and we have written down your name, and we will be sending you the code by message, by personal message on Twitch. So make sure you follow us there. Make sure you check your messages, as we will also be singing. Second winner, maybe?
Second winner is he's not following
unfortunately,
Duel of Champions.
Heel
So
SZ, you're not following Duel of Champions. You cannot win, so we're going to have to pass you over.
So,
Sorry,
yeah.
if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do it now, because this is the time to subscribe, as you have to subscribe if you want to win one of our codes. A second person polled hasn't subscribed as well. Finally, we've got someone who subscribed, and his name is
Deathron.
Deathron. What should I say? But again, Deathron, congratulations, you are our second winner out of 5, and you will be receiving very soon in your MP box, in your personal messages, the code to the game, or a special code that will give you an extra booster in the game. And third winner?
Third winner is K1.
Kyrov. Let's call him Kyrov.
K1 Rove.
Whatever. That guy. Congratulations.
Third winner.
Third winner. And once again, make sure you check your MP box, your personal messages. And if you haven't already subscribe to the channel now, or you cannot win. Next winner.
So, fourth winner is come on guys, stop putting numbers in your names.
DUR13L1. If you recognize yourself, DUR13L1, you have won. Congratulations, and we are going to go for our fifth and final winner of the day.
Final winner of the day is Magic Rune.
Magic Rune, thanks again guys for following our channel. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. We will send our 5 winners some codes, so make sure you hang on.
Yeah,
for
we are
this.
doing it right now after the stream, so
Awesome,
just be
awesome.
patient for a while.
Awesome.
Awesome, guys. Thanks again for your time. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
watching.
Emil, for being with us. It's been awesome to
Yeah.
have you. Real pleasure. Emil, or Space Elephant, aka Space Elephant, is the community developer, and he's the guy who makes sure everything happens as it's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen, So all the awesomeness is basically handled by him.
Oh my!
So much
and
pressure.
you guys,
so
and you
much
guys,
pressure.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, great. Thanks a lot to Emil for being with us. Thanks a lot for community for
My
helping
pleasure.
me out during the whole stream. It's been awesome.
It's
All
been
that we
awesome.
can. Thank you. And once again, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been really awesome. This is Duel of Champions, the team. And
see you
we've been,
back on
We'll be
Tuesday.
back on Tuesday for the second part of the stream, and we'll be showing you all the other factions with the new heroes, the new creatures, the new spells, the new fortunes, the new events. So many cool things to show, and more people to talk to. More interviews, more show matches, more awesomeness next Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. UK time. Make sure you're there. That's 4 to 6 p.m. UK time. I'm going to let you guys do the math because I don't want to be ridiculous on stream live. So 4 to 6 p.m. UK time, Tuesday. Be there, and you'll get to see loads of new things. Make sure you follow us also on YouTube. The YouTube channel will be hosting the replay for the whole stream very soon, hopefully, and you'll be able to see everything you've missed today if you joined us halfway through. And if you haven't tried the game yet or checked out the download button, make sure you check the link, which is in the chat. I'm sure Kimundi can give it again in the chat as we speak, hopefully, and that will bring you to the page to download the game. It's a free game. Make sure you go and download the game. Try it out at least. It's free. You're not going to lose anything. At best, you'll have loads of fun, and I'm sure you will. But I think that's it, guys, for us. It's been awesome. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
For sure, guys.
This is
I'm studying the code right now, so.
Kimundi, Emil, aka Space Elephant, Azza, signing off, guys. Take care. See you soon.
Take care, guys. Thanks.